Hey everyone, Danny Ringfit Rozzkid here. Now if there's anything I'm a sucker for, it's squeezable hula hoops. But another thing I'm a sucker for is using a squeezable hula hoop to play your Nintendo Switch games to get you to exercise.
Like this.
Whoa, would you look at that?
Nintendo, the company that never ceases to creep us out sometimes. The fitness game genre has been prevalent in the video game industry for a while now, ever since it boomed in the 7th generation of video games, such as the Nintendo Wii, the PS3's Move, and Microsoft Kinect. Everyone likes to think of this bad boy that started the craze of getting gamers to stand up. Hell, even Wii Sports looks like the obvious contender. But not only was Nintendo the first video game company to incorporate exercise into video games, take that Atari, but their roots and this gaming exercise craze wasn't started with the Wii. In fact, it can be traced back all the way to the days of the NES. We'll be taking a look at all of Nintendo's video games that tried getting you to work out. For the record, these games don't necessarily have to be fitness themed so long as the gameplay requires you to move and ideally break a sweat, and they have to be published by Nintendo. Their latest venture into tricking you into working out is
Ring Fit Adventure
for the Nintendo Switch, with a new accessory. The trailer involves around 2 human beings trying to act like human beings, playing with a squeezable hula hoop and a leg strap that snaps in your Joy-Cons to move your in-game character in the game. Tell me if you saw someone doing this motion on the street, you wouldn't feel threatened?
Hello? Yes, this is an emergency.
It's essentially an adventure RPG game that has you run in place to control your character and then use yoga poses and exercises revolving around the hula hoop to attack enemies. People freaked out that Nintendo would make a game with a weird accessory like this, but it's not at all surprising. Nintendo's had us on their weight loss program since the 80s, with baby's first balance board, the Power Pad.
The new Power Pad. It's only available in Nintendo's new Power Set. Now you're playing with body power.
Released in 1988, this DDR-looking mat worked for about 5 games in North America, 3 of them being published by Nintendo.
Sounds like another Nintendo accessory that only supported a handful of games. Why did I buy this?
But the Nintendo fitness game that started all was the World Class Track Meet, a fairly simple game where the objective is to run faster than your opponent, while also simultaneously see how fast you can wake up your parents in the morning. This game also has hurdles and the long jump in case your parents didn't get the memo the first time. That same year, we also had Super Team Games. This one's a bit more imaginative, coming from a 2D platformer standpoint. This one has you jumping over logs, swimming, and walking like a crab?
Hey, why isn't professional crab walking a qualified sport in the Olympics? Huh? What's wrong with that? What if I want to dress up like a crab and start walking everywhere?
And finally, we have the last game before the Power Pad bit the dust, and that was Short Order / Eggsplode. Eggsplode is about finding the bad egg that'll explode if you don't find it in time, and Short Order is about making a burger with your feet. This is one of the funniest things Nintendo has ever made, and I want to meet the college kid who was high out of his mind who developed this. Look at that guy go! In 1998, Konami released
Dance Dance Revolution!
And broke ground in the gaming world, and made every movie theater that much more fun for middle schoolers. It's surprisingly still an iconic game to this day. Nintendo saw this game and said,
Hey, wait just a minute. We want to make money too!
And thus we have our next Nintendo fitness game, Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix.
Let's dance!
Released for the Nintendo GameCube in 2005. While it's not particularly a fitness-themed game, DDR is notoriously known for making scene kids at your local mall break a sweat in the early 2000s, and this game is no exception. Try having a dance battle with Bowser on expert mode and tell me you didn't feel like Richard Simmons.
Absolutely wonderful!
I'd be lying if I said my younger self didn't feel cool thinking he was learning how to dance playing this game. And now, fast forward to November 19th, 2006. Nintendo blurred the lines of being active and playing video games. People's minds were blown. Obesity rates were dropped at an all-time low. The world was never the same. It was... excuse me. The Nintendo Wii and its Wii Remote. Now this is where it gets tricky because since the Wii involved you waving the Wii Remote and nunchuck in certain motions, couldn't technically any Nintendo game released on the Wii be considered a game where they tried getting you to work out since certain games require you to use motion controls? I wouldn't go that far. While yes, waving your Wii Remote and nunchuck slashing at the screen in Zelda Skyward Sword is one thing, it's more service in the act of simulating what it's like to wave a sword in real life rather than getting you to use your whole body to work out. The difference is simulation versus exercise. The exercising notion of Wii games can be either inherent to its game design, where the concept is focused around fitness or moving your body, or it might be a video game that has motion controls where the concept is not about fitness, but will have you break in a sweat either way. To give an example, let's take Nintendo's next attempt at getting you to work out, the pack-in game Wii Sports. The baseball game is more of a simulation of hitting the ball with a baseball bat, while the boxing game can not only be seen as a boxing simulation, but it certainly requires you to use your whole body in a form of exercising as you spam your Wii Remote nunchuck back and forth and dodging punches as you accidentally punch your friend in the face. Next, we have the magnum opus of fitness accessories, it's the balance board. Released in 2008 with the pack-in game Wii Fit, it is the most obvious and prominent example when you think of Nintendo fitness games. Wii Fit also had a sequel, Wii Fit Plus, or its original working title, Wii Fit, it's 2009 and we still haven't figured out how to implement DLC correctly in our games, and then Wii Fit U. The Wii Fit U also had a pedometer you could buy to track your running steps, and then clock them onto your Wii U. I mean, let's be real folks, did you really work out if you didn't have a Wii U pedometer with you in the gym? The original Wii Fit also encouraged you to track your weight every day by using the Wii Fit channel, downloaded separately from the game. That way, you had no excuse to ever taking out your copy of Super Smash Bros. Brawl out of your console ever again. But it had some really unique minigames which were super fun to play, even if they were kinda gimmicky. My dream of taking steps back and forth in front of an audience never felt so realistic. Hell, the yoga poses and jogging in Ring Fit Adventure are two concepts that were first used in Wii Fit minigames 11 years prior. Our next game on the list is Punch-Out!, a favorite of mine on the Wii released in 2009. If you're a button purist or natural-born gamer, then you're probably playing this with the Wii Remote sideways. But this game has the added option of using motion controls to fight your opponents this time around. And it even has balance board functionality to duck and dodge attacks. Plus, multiplayer is a motion control spam fest that is way too fun to pass. Our next game is all about exercising. Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Okay, not a fitness game, but at this point Nintendo's desperately trying for you to work out if you haven't already.
What?
But Pokemon Soul Silver and Heart Gold was bundled with the Pokewalker. This Pokewalker device allowed it so that you can basically transfer a Pokemon from the game card to the pedometer, where it could record your footsteps as you walked all day and turn it into EXP. You can even catch Pokemon in this weird little Tamagotchi. Why not just turn on the game and play at that point? Nothing too significant about this device, but this little guy definitely had fun chilling in my pocket back in high school. And let's not ignore one of the 3DS's biggest features, the Play Coins. Play Coins was a feature on all versions of the 3DS and 2DS. Essentially, every 100 steps you take with your 3DS in sleep mode in your pocket, you would unlock one Play Coin, and the max you can unlock in a day was 10 Play Coins. Jesus, how many pedometers are they gonna throw at us? Yeah, you could probably try and cheat the system by doing this. But come on, would you really want to disappoint Reggie like that?
What's wrong with you?
But wait, that's where Nintendo comes in, the only company to design a video game where the sole gameplay is to walk with your 3DS in sleep mode. These guys really are psychopaths, huh?
Ah, the StreetPass Mii Plaza. This game came with a 3DS loaded in 2011. Talk about Nintendo pushing you to go out. The only way to play these games on the StreetPass Mii Plaza was to walk around to populated places with your 3DS in sleep mode, and hopefully you walk by someone who has also happened to have a 3DS in sleep mode with them. And my god, did 3DS completionists lose their hair over this game. You could also go further in these games if you spent Play Coins. It first started with Find Me, an RPG where you had to find other people's 3DSs to help fight monsters and eventually save your own Mii that's captured. They eventually made a sequel. There was Puzzle Swap, where you essentially traded puzzle pieces with other 3DSs to complete a cool 3D Nintendo graphic picture. It was kinda neat. It also spawned 11 DLC games. Man, they really fed and nourished this one. And nothing screams more dated than Wii Street U, powered by Google. This game was released back in 2013 and it requires the Nintendo Balance Board. What is it?
So it's Google Street View, except instead of searching for a place to go by typing it, you can literally go there by walking in place on your balance board. Why do that? Why not use a computer or a phone? What is this? Wait, was it hard enough?
Alright, whoever came up with this concept is the most wholesome person I've ever heard, and I need to give them a hug. It's very calming with this music, and I'm sure the two people who got a kick out of playing this game watching this video right now are going nuts. You can literally walk for miles in this game in one place if you really wanted to, just to see what a location looks like. in Google Street View. And if that's not exercising in a video game, I don't know what is. Unfortunately, this masterpiece of a game was discontinued in March 2016. Long live Wii Street U powered by Google. Rest in peace. Fast forward to 2016, we have Pokemon Go. You know, the game that accidentally solved world peace for 2 months and then everyone went back to their mundane lives. And then in 2019, Nintendo published this fitness game that flew under everyone's radar, Fitness Boxing. Whoop-de-doo.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Which leads us to where we are now with
Ring Fit Adventure.
You might even break a sweat while playing.
So what have we learned today?
Well, it shows that Nintendo's one of the few companies out there that will push the boundaries of game design. More than half the games could have been designed with a traditional controller in mind, or even not come with a pedometer at all. Seriously, Nintendo, where's my Breath of the Wild pedometer? But Nintendo will go out of their way to innovate and push outside the box as to what people expect of them, and somehow, at the same time, make this piece of shit. But because they do this, it paves the way for other games and features in the gaming industry.
And that's why after playing all 14 Nintendo games encouraging me to work out, I'm a changed man. I'm gonna get ripped, I'm gonna get active, and I'm finally gonna this same company just made Super Mario Goes to Sleep for 8 hours, didn't they? God, I wish it was that easy.